Morning everybody, welcome back to the farm. We're out in the back 40 this morning. We're kind of in the west center section of the back 40. Just finishing grazing an area here, area that hasn't been grazed much unless there were some escaped animals that got in here. The perimeter fence is a little weak in a few places, and the actually this piece, the neighbors used to graze it, and well, not this specific piece, but this back part of the farm. And anyway, this portion in here, they kind of had fenced out, I don't know, a little bit of a wildlife area or whatever you want to say, but I think the main reason they fenced it out was because there's a couple ditches that leave the property back here. They're not terrible, but they're fairly deep and a little harder to maintain. So I think they found it easier just to run a fence around these two draws and leave this as kind of a rough area for wildlife. And it really hasn't done a lot. I'll show you here what it looks like. So this up in here is actually some of the better stand of grass that's in here, but it's still pretty light. It doesn't have a very diverse stand in here. I think it's been lacking having animal impact on it. I think it's probably negatively affected it more than anything, and I'm not so sure that this isn't an area they killed and tried to seed some other stuff in here at one point. Some of the old aerial photos make it look like maybe somebody tried to put a food plot in here or something at one time and killed some of these areas, but there's there's kind of three different larger sections. There's where we're at here on this one, and then there's an area over there behind those trees that we'll graze here coming up in a couple days. And then back over, the sun's kind of bright there, back over on the other side of these trees, there's kind of another knob that we've already grazed. So, but you can see a difference between, if you look back towards the ranger there, you can see this stuff to my right is what the cows have been on, and the stuff to the left side of these tracks here is what they haven't grazed yet. This is their last move in here today, but they're doing a pretty good job on it. I mean, there's areas that there wasn't much there, so it looks, looks kind of short, the residual that's there, but we're getting some manure distribution and stuff on it and getting some impact on it. So hopefully we're going to see some good improvement on it. But we need to come out here and cut some trees this winter and get rid of all the brush, but there's a lot of that around here on the farm. A lot of areas where there's cedars and stuff that have come up and hadn't been clipped or maintained, and I hate to come out here and clip the whole thing, and well, I don't have a tractor or mower to use to do it right now at this point anyway, but I don't want to spend that money on fuel and equipment rental to come out here and clip the whole thing if we can try to do it with livestock. And I mean, like that little cedar patch over there, that'll clip out of there pretty quick with a chainsaw, and cut those and get them out of there and kind of clean that up. And might leave a couple of the bigger ones when I do it, just to leave something out there for the birds and a little bit of shade for the cows when they're in here. But like along this fence row, you can see that's all getting grown up through there, and which makes it a lot harder to maintain the fence and helps wreck the fence, I guess, when those cows get in there and rub on that more. And that's the neighbor cows really beat on that fence, and hopefully you can get those trees and stuff cut out along there and maintain that fence a little better and make it last longer. So anyway, that's what I'm up to here this morning. This is an area that hasn't had any animal impact, or not any intentional animal impact in quite a while, and so we're grazing it. We're going to get, I've been in here about 3.5 days on this side of this, I guess. So we get another week to 10 days worth of grazing total out of all these little pieces around here that were just kind of left rough, and that's some extra forage that'll help extend the season. And hopefully if we get some more moisture and stuff, we'll get some more regrowth in these areas and get us some grazing later in the season. But everybody have a great day. Thanks for checking in at the farm, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.